What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or a loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, and welcome back to another episode. So today I'm going to talk to you about why positive thinking doesn't work. Yep, I'm going to explain to you why positive thinking just don't work. And that might sound weird to you, especially since the name of this podcast is called Mastering the Mindset, and all I talk about is changing the way you think. So what am I talking about? I'm going to talk about why positive thinking just doesn't work for most people and how to actually make it work for you. And first, let me say this. I know there could be a lot of people who talk down on positive thinking. They think it's all sunshine and rainbows and maybe too hippie. They say it's all about the grind, that you have to have the drive to stop being lazy. They think all you're doing is just ignoring the negative stuff. And how is that really helpful and blah, 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 blah. That's what some folks think. First, let me say, no, it ain't about ignoring the negative. It's about looking at all the things in life. Because let's be honest, if you truly think about it, what's negative and positive is only the label you put on it. It is, because you can just as easily take that negative thing, look at it for what it is, and turn it into something positive. You can find that silver lining in some kind of way. And I'll give you an example for me. So I got arrested in college for the dumbest thing. Long story short, me and my roommates at the time couldn't afford the trash service. In St. Cloud, the way it works is you have to buy these specific trash bags from the grocery store. And they were kind of expensive, 3 bags for $5. Now, granted, they were big bags, but I was living with football players. It was like 6 other people, and we accumulated a whole lot of trash. So we just bought regular trash bags. We set them outside at the back of the house. Then we would go take them to a random dumpster after a while. Well, this day, the trash was so stank right outside the back door. It was summertime. So I put a bunch of trash bags in a dumpster at this apartment next door. They called the cops. Not only did they make me take all the trash bags back, but I still got a citation. And I had to appear in court. Now, this part is my fault. I made a mistake and missed the court date. I got the date wrong. I thought it was a month later. So guess what? I ended up having a warrant for my arrest over trash bags. Now, long story short, I got arrested and I was young. I didn't know all what I know now. These cops, man, they were harassing me, threatening to show up at football practice if I didn't turn myself in. They would call my phone and say all these things to me. They would show up to my house and try to bring me in. Now, mind you, this ain't no arrest warrant. It wasn't an arrest warrant. It was a bench warrant, meaning that I needed to bring myself in to see the judge. And I was scared. I was a college athlete. It was right in the middle of football season by now. I was a senior. I was team captain. I was worried I would get in some real trouble. Anyway, they found me on the street one night. They knew exactly who I was. Took me to jail. They gave me a public defender, told me that I was charged with illegal dumping, which is a felony. Yeah, they were going to try and charge me with a felony for that. Now, the public defender said that I should take a plea deal. Surprise, surprise. And if I took this plea deal, it will only be a misdemeanor. And guess what that charge was? Theft by swindle. Theft by swindle. Now, my young dumb self, I didn't know what swindle meant back then. It means to trick somebody into paying you or getting some sort of property from them in a fraudulent way. They claimed I was swindling the apartment's trash service. Yeah. And again, I'm young. All I was concerned with was I wasn't getting a felony. So I took the plea. And you can imagine how that looked on my background when I went to go look for a job, and the damn show stopped me from getting a job. I was fresh out of college and I wasn't working in theater yet, and I had no money. but I do have a business minor. So I'm applying for all these office jobs. And I had an interview at Wells Fargo, and I forgot what the position was, what it would have been. But it was a salary position, full-time, making decent money. They told me my interview was strong and that I got the job pending a drug test and background check. And I was good on the drug test. And I explained to them, what they were going to find on my background check. And I never heard from them again. And yeah, you can definitely say that's a negative. But the silver lining, the positive I took from it, having it on my record, it kept me from using my business minor as a crutch. It forced me to lean even harder into theater. It forced me to really have to go all in. And yeah, I had little side hustles, but it was never nothing big like I did like retail jobs. And not to mention, if I did take that salary job at Wells Fargo, there was no way they would let me be in theater and be in a show. That would have held my acting career back in a major way. Not to mention, I literally couldn't do anything else, not for a career. Every office job I've ever had in the past, I hated it. And I was ready to be done after like 3 months every time, every single one. So again, I found the positive in that situation. It was a terrible thing that happened to me, but it turned out to be one of the best things that happened to me. Can we try and turn as much negative into positive? Can we see this negative and create the best action? And for most of the negative things that happen in our lives, if we sit down and think about it, do we really wish they didn't happen? Because after that negative thing that happened to us, when we've had time to heal and process and time has gone by and we're in a better place, we can look back and see how that situation changed us for the better. Like if you were in a bad relationship, let's say. Yeah, it was bad when you were in it, but it damn sure taught you some things. It damn sure showed you who you were and it showed you who to stay away from. So what good can you take from the bad things in your life? Because a lot of times those bad things came right before you experienced a stage of growth in your life. It wasn't fun to go through, no, but it made you who you are. And so I just wanted to touch on that before we start talking about positive thinking itself. And the thing is, most people talk more negative to themselves than positive. It's true. Check out this stat. Studies show that people think more negative, that on average, up to 80% and sometimes more of people's thoughts are negative. 80%. Just think about that for a second. 80% of the average person's thoughts are negative. So, yeah, it's hard to make positive thinking work for you if it's only 20% of your thoughts. Hell yes, it's going to be hard to make positive thinking work. That's 4 times more negative thinking than positive thinking. So who do you think will win in a fight? The 80-pound man or the 320-pound man? That 80-pound man don't have a shot. And neither do your 20% of positive thoughts. So when people say, well, I've been trying to think positive, I've been thinking more positive lately, but nothing is working. Yeah, it's going to be hard for positive thinking to start working if only 20% of them are positive, 20% of your thoughts are positive and 80% are negative. So imagine this for a second. So imagine if, let's think about children, right? When children are born, they are pure. The world hasn't shaped the way they see things. Their minds are basically like a sponge. So imagine their brain as like a big jug of water, a big clear jug of water, and you can see right through it. And then the world gives them all that it gives them. And everything that happens to us starts to happen to them. Every negative thought, every problem, every negative thing. Imagine all those negative things as being a spoonful of dirt and adding it to this jug. A spoonful of dirt and throwing it in there. A spoonful of dirt, throwing it in there. Somebody says something negative to you, you throw it in there, right? And we know life is hard. People can really go through it. It's full of ups and downs. And every single negative thing is more dirt. More dirt goes in. Every negative person in your life, all the things. And if you think about all the external things that are negative, and then you start to think internally about all the things you say to yourself in your own head, and if every negative thought you have is like another spoon of dirt, adding dirt to what used to be a clear, pure jug, then you realize, okay, you know what? I can see this jar, it ain't clear no more. I should start thinking more positive. And you have a positive thought. And you add that spoon of clear water in the jug. and you have another positive thought, and you put another spoon in there. You decide to do something for yourself, something positive for yourself, another spoon of clear water. And then you look up and nothing has changed. The jar is still dirty. And you say, well, damn, this positive thinking don't work. No. Positive thinking won't work when you only do a little bit of it. It doesn't work when you just start. Because think about all the years of all that dirt, all the negative thoughts, all of the 80% of all the thoughts you have, mixing in with a few spoons of clear water you just started to put in, that ain't gonna do much. Again, bad things happen in this world. People talk negatively to themselves. We call ourselves stupid, ugly, too fat, too poor. You don't have enough of this. You're not enough. You're not what society wants. Your parents don't love you. You fail in all your relationships. You're comparing yourself to Instagram models and how they have a way better body than you. They have a way better hair. Somebody on Instagram has a better career than you. You see these people who make a lot of money and you feel broke. And this happens over and over and over and over again. And those spoons of dirt just keep getting thrown in. They just keep getting thrown in. And that clear jar of water is not clear, right? Because life happens. Scars happen. And this is why I always say you have to be your biggest fan. You have to be your biggest fan. You have to speak positively to yourself. Start demanding more happiness in your life. Think about all those negative things you say to yourself and think about a child, somebody younger than you that you love, that you have love for, a young child, a brother, sister, niece, nephew, some child that you would say you have love for. Would you say those things to them? Would you say you so fat, you so ugly, you'll never get a man as good as that, he out of your league? You should find another job because you always broke. That outfit looks stupid on you. Why did you think that would look good? Why do you even try and complete this goal? You never finish them, right? Just like you wouldn't say any of that to a child you love. Why do you say it to yourself? You have to demand more happiness in your life. And one of the first things you have to do is recognize and identify all the negative thoughts you have in your head. And again, what a lot of folks do is the light bulb turns on for them and they say, okay, you know what? I'm going to think more positive. I do need to think more positive. I'm going to jump on this positive train every day and see what happens. And they start doing some positive thinking and they don't think about that dirty jug of water that's been accumulating over the years. And they think positive for a few days, for a week or two. And they say, see, this don't work. Again, no, because your positive thinking only went from 20 to 21%. No, it didn't work. 21% is still dirty. Even if you went up to 30%, 30% compared to 70% is still dirty water. So what do you need to do? Well, what you need to do is turn on the hose. Turn on the hose. Let me make sure I pronounce that S. So imagine that big jug of dirty water. You put that hose in that jug and you turn the water on full blast. Well, at first, it will still look dirty because all that dirt is going to be swirling around and it might not look like it's getting clear. But you keep that hose in there. You keep putting that positive thinking in overdrive. You talk positive to yourself all day, every day, as much as you can. And not only are you thinking and talking more positive, because this won't stop negative thoughts, but what you need to do is every time a negative thought pops up, you stop, you catch it, then you immediately replace it with a positive thought that serves you better, right? So if you think to yourself that you're not where you want to be in your career, you catch that thought and you say, I'm not where I want to be, but this is going to change. I'm excited to work on myself to become the person who gets to where they want to be, and how you still can survive with what you have, how you made it this far, how you never as low as you think. And you keep the hose in that jar and you let that water keep pouring in. And what's going to start to happen is that dirty water will start to settle, right? Those negative thoughts start to settle after a while. Now, the dirt is still there. Negative thoughts won't ever completely go away. They just won't. But by now, over time, you put so much clean and clear, positive thinking water into this jug, into your brain, into your mindset, that it's clear. And now, whenever a spoon of dirt gets thrown in, you put so much clean water in there that it's barely noticeable. And that's what we need to work towards. You have to think positive all the time. Work at catching yourself and calling yourself out for all those negative thoughts and replace them. Don't let those negative thoughts identify you. Positive thinking isn't something that you do sometimes. You have to do it all the time as much as you can. Be aware of what you're consuming, what you look at online. the people you follow online, the stuff that you're reading, the people you spend your time with. Your time is way too important to spend a lot of time with negative energy around you, because we all know negative energy can be infectious, right? So why have it around you? So look, don't make the mistake that a lot of people make. They make the same mistake when they decide to go on a diet and lose weight. A lot of folks say, okay, I'm gonna lose this weight. I'm gonna go on this diet and get my weight down. I'm gonna go on a diet for a month straight. And then they lose a little weight, probably not as much as they want to, or maybe they do. Maybe they lose exactly what they wanted to lose. But what happens? A few months later, they right back where they started. Why? Because they didn't make it a lifestyle. Who do you think is more likely to lose weight and keep it off? Person A, who decides to diet for 30 days, or person B, who decides to change their habits? Person B not only decides that they will eat healthy, but they make it a lifestyle to eat healthy. They decide that from here on out, they're going to be a healthy person and they're going to eat right and start working out. And not only start working out, but prioritize it and make it part of their lifestyle. Eating healthy and working out is now part of who they are, not just something they do as a quick solution to lose weight, but to be healthy. Who do you think is going to do better with keeping that weight off? Person B all day. Even if that person doesn't lose the weight as fast, they will have changed who they are, and over time, and as a result, they'll be able to eventually get to the weight they want. And at the same time, they will have changed their identity. They will have changed their identity. And that is the exact same way positive thinking works. You have to make it a lifestyle. It has to be a part of your identity. And if you can be in a place where your thinking is positive and you're only speaking positive to yourself, imagine the confidence you'll be able to give yourself. Imagine how you feel every morning. Imagine how you feel, how you'll be able to handle problems that come your way. You'll start to be optimistic and things will start to work out in your favor. Why? Because you'll start to attract those positive things, the happiness, the opportunities, the moments, the people, and even the success. But it can't be something you just try. You have to make it part of who you are. So that's what I got for you today. Again, like I always say, please share these episodes on your social media. Share them with your family members. I'm trying to grow this thing, and I would love it if you help me get there. Also, please make a donation. This is a donation-driven podcast, and I can't make it happen without you. So thank you again, and let's ride out. You know, it's easy to figure out that you don't always win. But like they say, life is 90-10. 10% of what happens to you, the other 90%. Life gave me lemons. Now I got the juice. I hit the booth, and I tell the truth. I talk about me and what I've been through. Then I got hot, like I got the flu. I could be a choreographer, cause I'm making moves. Yeah, I got the moves. I do it so smooth. They know I keep it lit like I made a fuse. Now she wanna hang like she made a noose. I pray to God they all seen me when I made the news. Was on ESPN, feeling so cool. No, I ain't flexing. That's not what I do. I keep getting blessings. Like I said I chew, cause life gave me lemons. Now I got the juice. Watch my shoes, these brand new. They wanna walk on my steps, but this ain't the shoes. Wait, let me change my shoes, cause like I said, these new. Hold up, wait. When I hang with us, better lace them up like we bout to hoop. We all take 3. Hope you can shoot, and I don't keep up. Not with all that gossip, I just sip up out my teacup. Like I got the flu, cause life gave me lemons. Hit me and my feelings, what did I do wrong, what didn't I do? I look in the mirror, I'm feeling so different, like what's going on, is that really you? I don't want attention, I wanna be sipping, I wanna be numb. I don't wanna feel it, I don't wanna hear it. Don't wanna go back and forth, don't wanna play tennis. Life gave me lemons, I got the juice. I ain't tripping, I stuck to the script and I stuck to the truth. I stuck to my word and held it all together. I guess I'm the glue. Whatever don't kill you, only make it strong. I guess I'm the proof, cause I'm still living. Oh, what a feeling. Life gave me lemons. Now I got the juice. Thought I was through. I was so blue. I took a leap of faith with no parachute. God gave me wings. That's when I flew. I feel fresh about the rapper. Feeling brand new. If you only knew what I've been through. Don't ever stop grinding, bruh. Hope you never do. Cause when you start climbing up, you will love the view. Cause life gave me lemons. Now I got the juice. Was in a bad mood. Still a good dude. I needed doors to open for me, they wouldn't move. Got my foot in the door, don't mean to intrude. Cause life gave me lemons. Life gave me lemons, but I got the juice. I hit the booth, and I tell the truth. I talk about me, and what I've been through. Then I got hot, like I got the flu.